Welcome back to They Did What? Your source of the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, or tonight, I'm covering part 2 of the story I covered earlier, all about the young guy who's now kicking his girl to the curb, Fiancée, after finding out she's been cheating on him for like a year. And where we left off, our guy got together with her. He had all the evidence he was cheating on him. He's obviously done with her. And he's about to confront her. He's in the car. He turned the audio on. And you're about to hear a whole lot of drama here. So it continues on saying, I started with asking, can I ask you something? She said, sure. And I said, who is such and such name? She looked at me, and at that very moment, I felt her body tense. Maybe I was delusional. I don't know for sure. She said, oh, and just went silent. That's it? She just went silent? She has to know she's caught. I said to her, what is going on? Who is he? And she said, love, I love you more than anything. And she just started crying. Hobag Handbook Chapter 2. Bring on the waterworks. Because she figures this guy's a sucker and he's going to fall for it. I said to her, I'm not buying it because I know about him. I then manipulated her into thinking if she told me everything without hiding, I wouldn't tell anyone. Yeah, dude. I would continue preparing for the wedding. I'm not sure whether at the moment she was scared of losing me or only thinking about being able to destroy her whole family life, which she did confess. So here's a quick summary. It might seem like I was just asking random questions, but I was not. I read over 20 cheating stories and planned every single question on my note. Nice. This guy was methodical in his preparations for this conversation. So here we go. Here's her side of the story. Number 1. She met him at the wedding of one of her friends in August. I was not invited. How do you not invite your serious boyfriend? There's a red flag. I literally forgot about that. At the wedding, her affair partner first approached her by asking whether she was single or not. Her friends, those same friends, asked, is it important? He says, yes, I'm speechless. Is it important? Who are these hoe bags? He said to her, well, I think it's not, and they laughed. She said the whole evening he didn't leave her for a second, asking her to dance, then asking her to play wedding games, then ordering her flowers. She was shocked by how pushy and decisive he was, completely the opposite of me. You mean he was going for what he wanted? He was sleazy. He was taking charge. A bad boy. Basically a guy she could easily have fun with and never have to worry about. Number 2. After the wedding, he asked if he could drive her and her friends home. She said yes, not her friends, I asked her. And he made sure that even though she lived closer to the wedding place than her friends, he drove her home last. I asked what they did, and she hesitated at first, but then admitted he asked for her kiss. She didn't let him and told him that they were going too fast. Going too fast, but yet she's not telling him to go away or smack him in the face saying, how dare you kiss me, you son of a bitch. However, she didn't explicitly say no to him. It took us 4 months to even try kissing. Oh my God. My God, nice guy central. Now, it tells me, this girl found her nice guy to marry. The longer they make you wait, guys, beyond 3 dates, the longer after that, the more you are the guy they settle for. Because, they make rules for the betas, right here. They break rules for the alphas every time. But yes, that was a punch to the chest. I cleared my throat as I felt dry. I asked her whether she told her friends. She admitted that she confessed to them about it, and they actually supported her. Well, this guy already knew the answer to that. He's like a lawyer, asking questions he already knows the answer to. Her friends told her that she's a beautiful woman, and she's not married yet, and she's not taken. It's okay to have some fun before settling down. No one will ever know. And to be fair, they had a point. Well, the point was, nobody ever knew. So this is the point, guys. You always pay attention to your girls. Hangs out with her friends. But also, as you're going to see, her family. Number 3, they've been meeting up every time possible, but they didn't text each other often as she was scared of getting caught. Instead, they would just call each other. They've been meeting up since August, and he knows she is not single. He's a scumbag. He's banging a gal who has a boyfriend. He doesn't care. Number 4, fast forward 2 weeks ago, she confessed that from then on, she started cheating on me physically. And I asked, did he make you or did you want to do it? And she didn't answer. Well, that is an answer. She wanted to do it, obviously. And remember, guys, what she's telling him, very likely, very, very likely, is trickle truth. It was enough for me to just throw up outside. My mind was flooded with every little thing I loved about her. Her laugh after my silly jokes, her giving me all her attention, her telling every detail of her day, her sharing feelings after reading books and writing 3-page reviews, her dreams about us, her promise about how we would be the best parents ever, and how she would cook my favorite dishes. Would cook? After all, this bitch better be cooking him some fucking food. So, remember in the first episode, guys, when he said she was so beautiful inside and out? This guy thought he was getting married to Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. Instead, he's marrying fucking Princess Meghan Markle. And Princess Harry has to deal with her ass. Number 5, next question. It was about why she betrayed me like that. Brother, you are never going to get an honest answer out of that, ever. I really wanted to know that for myself. She said that she doesn't like him as much as she loves me. Everything with him was purely physical. The only thing she liked about him was his ability to give her a thrill. Well, actually, this is the part I believe she's being truthful. The bad boy. He gave her a thrill, excitement, the butterflies, the unpredictability, all that. Our man telling the story here is nothing but predictable. With him, she could do anything without judgment. She could ask him for anything, and he would do it for her. She called it a short fling. She swore that even he knew that. Well, I'm sure he knew that. He didn't care. 6, I asked about her family, and she told that her mother caught her after a week. They lived together, so she probably saw her with that man. She was scared of her family's judgment, so she lied that she wasn't sure about us, and that she probably loved him more than me. That's why they talked about the choosing thing. And yet her family didn't tell the dude telling the story. At this point, maybe torn by guilt, or maybe she truly believed that by coming clean and telling me everything, that I would forgive her. She said she would never do that in marriage because Allah would never forgive her. Something tells me that that's not true. While I was going through hell, she kept insisting that everything with him meant nothing. That's what they all say. Hobag Handbook, Chapter 13. She never imagined a future with him. She said, I'm the one she truly loves. Yeah, I can really tell because you've been cheating on me for a fucking year, Princess Meghan Markle, and giving him BJs in the car and all those other things. Yeah, that's really how you love somebody. Okay. She also said that if she could go back in time, she wouldn't have done any of that especially after seeing how devastated I was and how much pain she caused. That bitch doesn't care how devastated he is, how much he's hurt. She doesn't care. Come on here. She said she was sorry for how stupid she's been. The only thing she's sorry about is that she's caught, and that she's thinking that it's a possibility this guy may get rid of her. Well, she admitted that at first she was genuinely interested in it. It was a new feeling for her, something she'd never experienced before. She said she always saw herself as the good girl, the one who did what everybody expected. But after meeting him, and with how intensely he pursued her, she just couldn't resist. Oh, well, then okay, that makes everything all right. You get a free pass. No. She confessed that for about 3 months, she was completely overwhelmed by it. Bad boys always win. My point, again, guys, is this story here could be a story coming from Los Angeles, or New York, or Chicago, or Miami, London, anywhere in the Western world. Women are women. They do the same thing everywhere, and it's the same fucking lines they use. Eventually, she started wanting to stop, not because she had lost interest, but because she was terrified that I would find out. She cried to all her friends, and they reassured her that I would never find out. They told her that since we saw each other 4 to 5 times a week, and that she only met with him once or twice a month, and because we didn't live together, I would never notice. So either clearly all her friends are a bunch of hoe bags, but I wonder if her friends are jealous of what she has with this good guy here. Her affair partner also kept pressuring her to continue, insisting that no one would ever find out. She also admitted that the engagement wasn't about keeping a backup while she was seeing him. It wasn't because I was a pushover either. She said she generally wanted to be engaged to me and eventually marry me. See, I'm willing to bet you, in her mind, she's thinking, this guy's perfect marriage material. I want to love him, but I just can't. And the reason she just can't is this guy, unfortunately, displays a lot of traits that would get a lot of guys cheated on and dumped. But it doesn't mean he's not a good guy. But nothing's going to top the bad boys. Her friends supported the engagement, and her mother and sister supported too because they believed no one else could be better for her than me. Right. God, all these women. She even told me that if I wanted, she could give me her phone, which she did. I asked her why she deleted her WhatsApp chat with him, and she said she was scared I'd find out. I asked whether they talked on other messages, and she admitted that they have. What'd I tell you? There you go. She opened her Telegram. I asked why she hadn't deleted those chats, and she said it was because I don't use that app and probably wouldn't check it. Well, she was right. I had no idea to look there the other day. Again, I said there wasn't anything shady. No, I love you. No, I miss you. Just things like, are you free? Let's meet up, etc. Women are slick, guys. You gotta, no stone can go unturned. I then asked her if they had any pictures together. She said they never took any. When I asked why, she said she was afraid he might betray her, though he didn't. She trusted her friends, but not him. I checked anyway, and there were 4 folders with our photos with names of the past years together, but not a single saved or deleted picture of them together. I also checked hidden photos, and there weren't any pictures saved. Yeah, but I'm willing to bet you if this guy wanted to make spicy videos of doing her in every room in his house and doing her in every orifice, I guarantee she would have done it. Again, Princess Meghan Markle, not Princess Jasmine. I asked if she ever said I love you to him, and she said they never exchanged love. It was purely physical. I asked if he was single, and she said yes. She did confess that he wanted her to be his girlfriend, but she turned him down. Well, it actually would have been funny, because then she'd cheat on him. Or actually, this girl probably wouldn't cheat on this guy. He'd cheat on her. That'd be the funniest part. She also said she would confess to her family about the affair and about her cheating. Her father doesn't know. She said that if I don't believe her, I can be with her. What do you mean she's going to confess to her family? Her whole family knows, except her dad, who I would imagine is not going to be too happy with his little princess here. At the end, I said, I'm not sure about us anymore. Uh-oh. So he got her to confess all that, and I was like, I'm not very sure about us anymore, honey. I told her to give me some time to think about it. I need to consider all my options. I made her believe for the time being that I won't tell anyone, but said I'm not quite sure whether I want her or not. She wasn't expecting that one. She started bawling her eyes out. She's not stupid. She knows exactly what it means. I asked her whether she'd go no contact with the affair partner, and she said yes, and blocked him. I was honestly surprised how easily she could do that. Because at the end of the day, this dude telling the story is her ATM, her guarantee of a comfortable life. That was the most emotionally honest conversation we've ever had, and after it, I felt completely drained mentally and emotionally. And for the time being, I just need sleep. I slept only 2 hours in the past 2 days. I'll deal with everything else tomorrow. So in a moment, we're going to do the final update, wrapping this thing up and how it all goes. But holy crap, this poor guy. Again, he's behaved in a lot of ways that, he needs some smacking. But you know what? He didn't have anybody. No, this is why it's so important that young men need a mentor. A guy actually knows what the hell he's talking about and can teach them the important things that you learn on this channel and these train wreck stories. But also, you got to get some experience. If you're going to trust the movies to show you how to act around women and bombard them with love and text messages and phone calls and act like a needy, clingy girl, it's not going to go well. Now, here we go. The final update to see what happens. He says, when I got home that day, I sat down with my aunt and told her everything, and how I found out, how long it's been going on, all of it. She didn't take it very well. At first, she just sat there in shock, and then she started crying and yelling. She blamed herself for introducing us and said that she would never forgive herself for bringing this into my life. No, Auntie, it's not your fault. And I had a feeling she was going to blame herself. I managed to calm her down, and in the end, my aunt called her mom and asked if we could come over and talk. Uh-oh. Let's get ready to rumble here. When we arrived, her mother opened the door. From her face, I could tell she already knew what was coming. We went into the living room. It was me, my aunt, her parents, her 2 sisters, and Laura. She asked if she could speak first and begged us not to interrupt. Laura. Clearly that's a code name here. Says here, she admitted to everything. She said there was no excuse for what she did, but wanted me to understand how she just let herself get there, how her friends encouraged her, how she felt trapped by marriage pressure, and she made stupid choices. Holy crap. Blame, blame, blame. Marriage pressure. Other people pressuring to get married, encouraged by her friends, and I made stupid choices. See? No different on the other side of the world. She claimed it wasn't about love, just a mistake. Honey, Laura, your code name here, Laura. There's a whole lot of mistakes. It's a whole year of mistakes. Calculated, planning, secret, talking on Telegram, meeting up BJ's in the car. No, it isn't a mistake. But hearing her say that didn't make it hurt any less. Her father sat in silence for a while, then broke down crying. He said he never thought his daughter would betray someone like this, and he kept apologizing to me and my aunt. Well, that's a good guy doing that. He's just so beside himself. Imagine that, you know? And worse yet, he's finding out that all his daughters knew, and his wife knew, and didn't do anything. Can you imagine what his wife was doing to him? You know? Seriously. Are those daughters his? But that's another story. I just said that out of respect for them, I won't tell anybody the real reason this relationship is ending. Well, this dude is being very big about this. I'm an asshole, and I'd be telling everybody, ruining the good name in the culture. But they need to understand that I will stay silent so long as they don't bother me anymore. To be honest, I don't want to have anything to do with them. Good for you, man. That's actually not a bad trade-off, because otherwise she's going to bombard him with crying and carryings on, stuff like that. I'm sure their standing in the culture is more important than their daughter getting back with that guy. Well, my ex-fiancée started begging me to reconsider. She said she still loved me and promised to cut off all her friends and do whatever it took to fix things. I didn't bother looking at her. Damn, dude. See, guys, this guy made a lot of rookie mistakes that anybody can make with no experience. You want to smack him. But he's redeeming himself in the end how he's handling her. In the end, we agreed to tell our wider circle of friends and family that we decided not to go through with the marriage because we weren't on the same page about the future. Yeah, well, all her friends know what she did anyway. Her father thanked me for handling it this way. He asked if I could find in my heart to forgive her even if we didn't stay together. I told him I'm not ready for forgiveness yet, and maybe I never will, but I'm not going to drag this out or spread any gossip either. For now, I'm focusing on myself, work, and spending time with people who actually value me. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't hurt, it really does, but I know this is the right choice. Whatever happens next, I know I'll be okay. And he also says, wrapping this up, I forgot to mention that I showed screenshots of her chats so her father knew that her family was involved. Ha ha ha. He should know. The father should know what his family's like. So anyhow, guys, there you go. I mean, it's really sad what happened to this guy because he is a good guy. He's just inexperienced. But in the end, she gets what she deserves. And I'm willing to bet you, even though he said, as long as you leave me alone, I won't spread around the community, she's still going to go after this guy. I guarantee you she's going to be reaching out to him, crying, trying to pull his heartstrings because believing that, hey, this guy loved me, so he'll forgive me and all that. Something tells me this type of guy, he's done. And if you cross him, there you go. And it's this type of shit that really turns guys, many guys can do a total 180. Where he's the type of guy that was bombarding her with texts and feeling like he got the greatest girl ever, to turning into a freaking chatter Tyrone, whatever they may call him over in that part of the world. You know, women really create most guys that become a-holes. It's really interesting. And a lot of people would argue saying, well, guys turn women into a-holes. No, not even close in that situation. So anyhow, gents, lesson learned. Really get to know your girl before you propose. You better get a PI before you propose and a PI before you get married. And the friends and family, the female ones that act like, oh, you're their brother and they love you so much. I wouldn't trust them. And this guy sadly is learning the hard way. But he did redeem himself in the end by kicking her to the curb. Good job on him. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, if you find a good story, be sure to send it to me. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.